Hey, what's up everyone? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the SEO Video Show. Today's topic, we will be talking about building a massive link network, aka PBN, with our very special guest today, Dori, friend. I see a bunch of you out there already. Don't be shy. Say hi in the live chat. Happy Friday, y'all. Anastasia, hi Dori and Dre.
Oh my God.
Carol says hello from Seattle, Washington. If you're just tuning in, our very special guest today is Dori, friend, and we'll be talking about building a massive link network, aka PBN. There's only one person I wanted to talk about this topic with, and that was Dori, and I finally got her on after 3 years. Hey Dori, check this out. I've been an SIA member I still have the black folder. And the binder. And check this out. I had this shirt. It's size medium, and I don't even fit this anymore. It's been that long.
I don't even remember us doing that.
I don't know. Either I was a fanboy and I got it created, but it's a size medium, and I'm much bigger than that now.
Well, if I had other ones, I'd send it out to you.
Love it. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, we got Dori, friend, in the back. She's ready to go. We're going to talk about building a massive link network, about PBNs, the history of PBNs, and really learn more about Dori herself. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Stefan.
Crazy. That is so funny.
JP, what's up? Victor, happy Friday, everyone. About 8 more minutes to go. We have Dori already in the back, ready to go. We have Maddox just tuning in. Hey, looking forward to today's topic. Hello, Maddox. Skylar, Samuels, morning, y'all. And if you guys saw my SEO on the Street episode at Digital Unfiltered, I am actually a media partner for SEO Spring Training, so be sure to check them out, seospringtraining.com. I'll be out there taking photos, doing interviews. Be sure to check it out, seospringtraining.com. Just tuning in, we got Dori, friend. We'll be talking about building a massive link network, aka PBN, aka satellite sites, whatever you want to call it. Lucy says, hi, Dori.
Hi.
If you're just tuning in, our very special guest today is Dori, friend, the founder of SEO Nitro, SEO Intel, SEO Rockstars. PBNs are forever. Fletcher. Jordan says you would be a good Warriors game announcer with all those sound bites. LOL. Thank you, sir. Kim Morgan. Hey, Dre. Hey, Dori. If you're just tuning in, be sure to stay till the very, very end. We got a very special performance by Dori. Something no one has seen in a while. Taking it back. Starships. Hey, hey, happy Friday. What's up, my man, Brad? If you guys are watching on LinkedIn, be sure to come by on YouTube to ask your questions. I can see it, I think. But if I don't get it, hop onto YouTube to leave a message in the live chat, and I'll be able to address your question. You know, 5 more minutes to go. It looks like everything's going well. Everything, not like last week, we had a lot of technical difficulties. But that's what you get when you're doing it live. You get it nice and raw.
Yeah.
Another upcoming conference. We have SEO Rockstars, right, Dori? SEO Rockstars is coming up.
Yeah, SEORockstars.us.
SEORockstars.us. Another great conference.
12 years.
Well, the 12th year? I didn't know it was going on that long.
Yeah, we were first one.
Oh, so 12 years, SEO conference, SEORockstars.us. We'll talk more about it when we get Dori on. But check it out while you're waiting, SEORockstars.us, the 12th annual SEO Rockstars. Looks like this year's focus will be on the AI revolution. We got some great speakers. I see Clint on there, Mikhail, Kevin, Ted, Lisa, Tristan, Chad, Jerry, Molly, Derek, Clinty. Oh my God, Keith. So many speakers. Love it. All right, guys, don't be shy. Say hi in the live chat. I see a bunch of you out there. We got about 3 more minutes to go. If you're just tuning in, we have Dori Friend in the back, and we'll be talking about building a massive link network and all about PBNs, the history of PBNs, the history of link networks, mini-nets, whatever you want to call them. And Dori, did you see my kind of review the questions I wanted to ask?
I did.
All right. So this is going to be kind of a quick little masterclass on PBNs, guys. I have a lot of great questions. And if you have your own questions, please get them ready and I will address them in the order that they are received. And if you guys are just watching, sitting, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this live with your network. Show me some love. Interesting. Jordan says, I converted all my PBNs to HTML a couple months ago. That was fun.
Hey, Jordan.
Oh, I'm actually getting some feedback, Dori. Let me see.
Want me to put headphones on?
Yeah, headphones would be good. Hey, Jordan, why did you convert them to HTML? Oh, yeah. We got about 1 more minute, guys. I hate WordPress, even though I'm launching a security plugin. LOL. All right, guys, we got 1 more minute to go. I'm going to go ahead and start getting things ready here, slowing down the music. We have our very special guest already ready to go. I'll introduce her in about 8 minutes or so. And we'll be talking about building a massive link network with Dori friend. And so, Dori, I'm going to go put you on mute real quick, and I will unmute you right when I introduce you in. All right.
Hey Dre, what 2 things do SEO preschoolers have to
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started, no delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show. Hey!
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre De Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1 minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guest, and my guest this week is the founder of SEO Nitro, SEO Intel, SEO Rockstars, Dori friend. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Brian, JP, Starships, Kim, Fletcher, Skylar, Lucy, JP again, Maddox, Stefan, Kobe, Luther, Victor, Carol. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming by. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
cookies and link juice Hey Dre, what 2 things do SEO preschoolers have at lunch break? Cookies and link juice boxes.
As of September 13, Google search will no longer show how-to rich snippets on desktop, which means this result type is now deprecated. This change will be visible in the metrics for the how-to search, appearance in performance reports, and the number of impressions reported in the how-to enhancement reports. Okay, Google also completed the August 2023 core updates this past week. How did your rankings move? All right, new SEO ranking factor by Nathan Gotch. Let's check this one out.
In short, the engagement rate helps you understand how well your website is doing in attracting and keeping visitors' interests. So what does this have to do with SEO? According to Google, they use aggregated and anonymized interaction data to assess whether search results are relevant to queries. For example, let's say you just hit the #1 spot for blue shoes. First, Google will measure your CTR at that position, and if there's an expected CTR for that keyword, you'll need to meet it or exceed it to maintain that position. Think about this. Google uses CTR to determine ad quality, it uses CTR on YouTube to gauge interest, and it includes CTR as a metric in Google Search Console. Based on these facts, it makes perfect sense that Google uses CTR as a ranking factor for organic search. But before you even think about engagement rate, you need to make sure your CTR is decent. And in this backlinko study, you can see some expected CTR based on position, and you can then cross-check your CTR in Google Search Console. For me personally, if I'm not ranking #1, the first thing I'm going to do is try to increase my CTR.
Increasing CTR is an SEO strategy I implement all the time working with a new company. It's a great way just to check things out in Google Search Console, and it's easy to win by testing the meta titles and page ranking. Pages ranking on page 1. You can easily double down on organic traffic to ranking pages with CTR optimization. Check out Cyrus Shepard's SEO video show episode for more CTR optimization tips. Ex-Googler Kaspar Szymanski shares his unique SEO insights. Let's check this one out.
Please stay away from the Google Raters guidelines. because those translate to nothing that pertains to how your website ranks. It's completely unrelated. It's a different topic. Personally, and this was way after I left the company, personally, I thought it was unfortunate those rater guidelines were ever published because they distract.
Everyone is going crazy about them.
Yeah, it's been a while ago, right? A couple of years ago, it was released, and I was like, why would you do that, right? It's not going to make people's lives easier. People are not going to be able to understand what really matters for their websites. Yet they're going to obsess about things that are unrelated to the actual crawling, indexing, or ranking process. And writers' guidelines, I would totally stay away from that. If there is something you would like to focus on as a listener to this, think about the unique selling proposition. This is for every business, be that online or offline, the one thing that helps you stand out, right? What is it that makes people go to your website or to your business? What motivates people to give you their hard-earned money? And in an online business, that unique selling proposition is first experienced in the snippets. And that's something that people don't really think about very frequently because they just assume that the clients or the users might understand what the website is about. But sometimes it's not the case. For that reason, we have to tell them, we are brand A doing this and that. And the reason why we're special, the reason why we're the right match for you is this. And this has to be defined. Unique selling proposition, critically important, often overlooked.
I understand EAT are not ranking factors, but it's a great framework to follow to create great content that provides ranking, that provides better rankings. What are your thoughts on the Google Search Rater guidelines? Leave a comments below. All right, international SEO, localization with Ahrefs. Let's check this one out.
So this can be defined as the process of adapting your content to the language and culture of your new target market. Simply translating the content of one of my US targeted LAMP product pages wouldn't be considered fully localized. We'd also want to change the price from dollars to euros, the dimensions from inches to centimeters, and switch up the voltage specs to the correct one for Spain's electrical outlets. Localization would not only translate the content into Spanish, but also adapt it to the local culture with the right terminology, spelling, and sentence structure. It's essential to work with local writers for this step to make sure international users are having a great experience on your website.
I've been managing global SEO for a bunch of enterprise companies for the past 15 years. I mean, I recommend it's a really heavy lift. So I recommend picking a set of topics to rank for, 5 at the most, and for each region and at the beginning of the year. And that way you can actually create localization plan for top ranking blogs, create topical authority, and then rank for thousands of keywords. And SEO action items that no one is talking about by John Lincoln. Check this one out.
Number 1, voice search engine optimization. Voice queries are growing. In 2020, it was predicted that 50% of searches would be done by voice. I don't think we're quite there yet, but it is growing substantially. My action item for you is to optimize all of your content using conversational phrases. Also, check out the schema that's directly around voice. Number 2, video content for SEO. This might be one of my biggest things right now. Create engaging video content that answers common questions in your industry. Whatever your customers are asking, make a video on it and answer it. Number 3, mobile search engine optimization. It's important to be mobile first. You want to make sure your website's mobile friendly. Pro tip, there's a mobile friendly report inside of Google Search Console that's going to show you how you're scoring. Mobile devices generated over 50% of global website traffic in Q1 of 2023. So this is the place you need to be spending the most of your time for SEO, conversion rate optimization, and user experience.
Do you know what a lot of SEOs by the book don't talk about? Our link networks, aka PBNs, which brings me to my favorite part of the show. Please ask questions on topic and I will address them in the order that they are received. Before we get started with our guest, here's a word from our sponsor. Ever wondered how to get your brand noticed? I found the answer with Magic PR. Thanks to Magic PR, my brand now reaches over 300 plus premium news and media outlets. I've seen my news on AP, Bloomberg, Yahoo News, and many more. And it's not just about visibility. With Magic PR's unique SEO process, I've noticed incredible boost in traffic to my site and improved local and organic rankings. From crafting the perfect press release to building a powerful SEO campaign, Magic PR is always there for me. Want to experience the magic of PR? Try Magic PR just like I did. Watch your business reach new heights.
Dori has been online since 1993 and an SEO since 2001. She's been building networks since 2003. She's been talked about PBNs way back in 2007. She's responsible for building over 20,000 blogs in her network. She's a speaker at various internet marketing and tech conferences. She's the founder of SEO Nitro, the SEO Intelligence Agency, SEO Rockstars, and Page One Agent. Please welcome Dori Friend.
Dori, welcome to the show.
Oh my God, that was fantastic! Wow.
Oh no, we're actually getting. You actually sound like we can hear you, but you sound like a robot. You have I think there's something with your mic. Maybe you have to plug something in there.
I just normally use my camera. I sound like a robot.
Yeah.
We were good before. Technical problems, always.
Maybe.
Let me see if I can plug a mic in.
Yeah. Let's check this out. All right. Let's go ahead and get some music back on while we get.
Okay. I don't know if it's on. I don't know where to go to the controllers. There we go.
No, it still sounds.
How's that?
No. Maybe you want to try to restart? Maybe do a quick restart or like a new browser maybe?
On my computer?
Yeah.
On what?
Yeah, on your computer. Okay. All right, guys. You will wait for Dori to get back. Oh yeah, that works. Wait. Oh. Wait, you're low though. You're low.
Low. I'm low.
Oh, there we go. We got it. Yes. That was quick.
Low. Okay.
Love it.
Stretch it over here.
All right. Dori, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's give a round of applause. Dori, it's so glad to have you on. It's been so many years since I wanted to get you on the show. I mean, like I was talking to you earlier show, like I have a shirt that I got from, SIA that doesn't fit me anymore. I tried to put it on today to support, but it doesn't fit me anymore. But
I have my
yeah, we got your hat going on there.
My SIA hat on, but I forgot about the shirts. It's funny because, I thought I needed something to talk about, and I finally have something to talk about, and you want to talk about PBNs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could have talked about that anytime.
All right.
I have other stuff that.
Love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ask the first question. This is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does Dori get ranking on page 1 of Google?
I use my network, SEOnitro.com. That's it.
Love that. Let's rewind this real quick. Let's take this back. Take us way back to what, 1993? How'd you first get into SEO?
Well, 1993 was when I was working with Apple. I was a contractor, and my first email was dorifriend@applelink.com. I actually didn't get into SEO or online until 2001 when I wanted to rank a site that I was doing. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and even though I was a designer making good money, I thought, well, that doesn't scale. So I was going to do logos, and have other people do them, of course. And there was no other way to get traffic at the time. I mean, there were banner ads, but back then there was no Google AdWords. There was nothing like that. So SEO is it. And for some reason, my art brain loved SEO. I mean, I was an art major. I was a designer. I was going to do logos. I fell in love with it. I just couldn't get enough of it. So I went to every single internet marketing conference I could find. I mean, loads and loads of them, and just trying to learn everything I could. Because I wanted to scale.
There you go. All right. So, I mean, what part of SEO made you really interested in it?
I can't really say what part it was, because at first everybody was just doing on page. It wasn't until about 203 or 203 where links started coming into play, or we started to figure out that links were really important. I had a partner at the time who was a friend, and he kind of pushed me into it. We hired a guy who was doing SEO, and we typed out the page, just keyword here, keyword there. And we created a system that automated the whole process. It was called Trafficking Pro, and this was in 202. And we cloaked everything. And I don't know, I was making money, and I wanted to make more money. And so I just learned everything I could. And it was at that time we partnered with Jeff Johnson, who was a big SEO guy at the time. And he sold Trafficking Pro. We took the cloaking out, and we sold it for $10,000 an install, because what it was a mass website producer. And it also it also did linking. You could link the sites together, in any way you wanted. You just say point to this site and point to that site. So that's how we really got into it. And then in 203 I read Mike Campbell's Revenge of the Mininet. So they were called Mininets back then. And God, all his stuff, it just really fascinated me. He drew out these maps, which were very visual. And so I really got into it after that, and the whole linking thing. So I would do all our maps for Jeffrey to link. So that's how I got into it.
Love it. So you kind of mentioned a little bit of how you started learning it through like these Mininets, the ebook or stuff like that. Like, I mean, how else did you actually learn it? I mean, who were your kind of your go-to maybe people?
There wasn't that many. I just would go to conferences. They would have one or two speakers on SEO. And that would be it. And that was it. And then, I followed Jeff Johnson and John Reese at the time, who was not a SEO guy. He was a marketer, but he had mentioned some stuff. He did traffic secrets, but that wasn't all about SEO. But Jeff Johnson was highlighted in that. And I was in that workshop that he did, which preceded his course. And, Jeff Johnson knew a lot. And so we started following Jeff and ended up partnering with him. And that was pretty much it. I mean, then we became the ones to follow after that. And so our group became known for always coming up with different ideas and figuring stuff out. And so that's.
Love that. So, I mean, tell me more about your group. I haven't seen anything online about your group. Well, tell us more about your group here.
What group?
I don't know. Which group that you said you put together? the one they said people started listening to you instead of after
the industry.
The
group. Me, Jeff Johnson, Jeffrey Cleary. We were the main SEO guys. The John Reese thing. There was Brad Callen, Brad Fallon.
Brad Callen.
Back then, they were bigger. But there weren't that many. And so I started speaking really early on about SEO. 203, 204, I don't know. Back in the Trafficking Pro days, we'd have conferences and stuff. So I got an email list early on too, and started sharing my thoughts and ideas.
Love that.
There just wasn't that many. I mean, we're in the internet marketing space, and so I was in a subsection of that space. It wasn't like the corporate space where they had their own people, their own gurus, all of that. That wasn't us.
Got it. Okay, so I want to go into our topic of today. I want you to introduce like PBNs. I mean, PBNs is something that, again, like I've mentioned earlier in the episode, it's an episode I want to wait for with you. You are like, when I think of PBNs, when I think of anyone that has networks, who has massive networks, people that learn from, it always comes down to Dori Friend. For those that are unfamiliar with the term, can you provide like a brief explanation of what a PBN, a private blog network, is?
Sure. And I don't know how it came up with a private blog network, but I think it was because we started doing them on WordPress. And first we started doing them in HTML, but when WordPress came out in 203, it made it really, really easy to do. But like I said, back then they were called Mininets. And I guess now they're called satellite sites. So anyway, so what they are just sites that you own and you control, that you are putting links on to your money site so you can rank your money site, because we all know that links are the magic in SEO. I think I'm an off pager, of course. An on page guy is going to tell you, no, don't listen to Dori. It's all about on page. So, on page is absolutely important. And for some reason, I just got into linking, and I loved that aspect of it. And so stuck with that. So it's just all about ranking your site.
So I'm curious, Oh no! I was going to ask you, with what motivated you to get more into PBNs? Because I said you kind of read the mini net and stuff like that. It's what kind of made you want to do more of the PBNs, where you get great results and you're what, I'm going to scale this.
Yeah, exactly. We were getting great results, and so we scaled it. And it was all about scale, and I was wanting to scale. I read about scaling, and that was it. I mean, PBNs worked, or mini sites, whatever. Any site you control and you own and you link, you are in control of your SEO. And so that was really magical to me. And I saw the results we were getting. And then when I opened up and started selling links, I saw the results other people were getting. And that made me feel really, really good. It's like I was providing something that other people could use to rank and make money as well, especially in the 2008 period where the economy was really bad. People were coming online to learn how to make money online, and so that was really gratifying for me. And so I stuck with it until about 2012 when Google came after me and de-indexed 20,000 of my websites.
Oh, tell us.
I lost 70% of my client base in 30 days.
Okay, let's rewind that back.
And 20,000 sites.
So you had 20,000 sites, and then you got hit by an update. Is that what update was this again? What year?
Well, it was Panda 3.3, and there was a little section in it that said, we're going to look at links a little bit differently. And so what happened is that they were looking at exact match links. That's why people's sites started going down, but they also physically and manually went after people who had large networks. I was one of them because I had the largest PBN network that I know of at the time. And so even Matt Cutts said SEO Nitro's dead. I mean, they were going into our businesses and finding our sites and de-indexing. We could see it server by server by server. And I had just released a product in the beginning of February called SEO Link Monster. And that was another type of linking system that worked really, really good. But, a month into it, all of a sudden our sites started getting de-indexed. And I had 4,000 sites ready to go, ready to put in. And we sold the crap out of it. I mean, we sold 3,600 seats at between $147 and $297. And I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna retire. And then it just crashed, and it all got de-indexed. I got trashed in the forums because people thought it was the PBNs. We didn't realize at the time it was all the exact match keywords that everybody was using. I mean, back then it was just red apples. And the more you got, the better you ranked. That was basically it. So, once we figured that out, and then some of my guys were saying, don't, take your sites down. I'm still ranking because we've tested this. De-index sites still rank your sites. It doesn't matter if a site is indexed or not. It doesn't matter if you're using no-follow links. As long as it's in the data set, as long as Google crawls it, it's in the data set and it will rank your page. It doesn't matter if the site is indexed or not. That was a big thing.
Knowledge bomb right there. So I'm curious. So you said you had 70% of your network got de-indexed.
20,000 sites got de-indexed. 70% of my client base.
Oh man. And so I'm curious because you mentioned that Matt Cutts called out SEO Nitro, and SEO Nitro is still alive and well right now. So I'm curious, how how'd you recover from that?
It took me a while. I mean, it was in a Skype that he said it to somebody else, and that person showed me the Skype. It scared me. I mean, I thought, what can I do that they don't, or they can't come into my business and destroy me. And so I had to pivot really fast. And that's how SEO Rockstars came about. It was a customer appreciation event. I said to my customers, I said, we will figure this out. You just come to my event. Don't quit. We'll figure this out. And, we'll go from there. So it started, we started figuring it out. But then in 2013, I started making networks for people instead of me selling links on mine. I started creating sites for them. And I actually made more money that year than I was selling links. So that was really great. But it was an administrative nightmare. So I sold that business. And it was just, it was so big and so cumbersome. It was really an administrative nightmare. But yeah. So.
Love that. So I want to actually talk about setting up a PBN the right way soon, but I want to kind of go into kind of the benefits and criticisms of PBNs. I mean, like some SEO professionals or business are opposed to a PBN. I mean, what would you say to them? It's like
I don't know. Everybody has their risk tolerance, and if you don't have a higher risk tolerance, then you don't go into PBNs. PBNs are now considered black hat. They weren't before. All the quote, quote, white hat guys started complaining because the guys using PBNs were ranking because they work so well. And Google took notice to that. And Google doesn't like anybody who's modifying their rankings. They don't want anybody to do anything besides on-page. And of course, on-page lets them crawl easier and faster. So that saves them money. So they don't want anybody screwing with that. So anything anybody does that's off page is black hat, really. You are trying to modify the rankings, and that is against Google's terms and conditions. That's the biggest misconception, that PBNs are just one of the tools out there that an SEO can use to get links. I mean, sure, you can go get a guest post, things like that. Still, that's black hat. You're still going for a link. That's the same thing to me. A big misconception. Because, it's just as long as I think they think that it's okay because they don't own the site, but it's really not. It's still them being, still going out there and getting links. But PBNs don't hurt your site. I've never seen a site get banned because of PBNs. The PBNs gets de-indexed. Back in the day, people did get unnatural link notices in their emails, but Google hasn't done that in a very, very long time. And that's one reason why I came back into it. Like SEO Nitro is still alive. And I came back into it hard, is that we tried to get link penalties on sites in the SIA, and we haven't been able to. We've done it multiple times, sending crappy links from crappy PBNs, and just haven't been able to do it. So I don't know why they're not as vigilant as they were in 2012. That was just like the reckoning, They just came in with a wrecking ball, and they could again. But I think it's a big misconception to think that, one, that PBNs are the only off-page black hat technique, and two, that your site's going to get banned.
Excellent!
Love that. Okay, let's take a break from my questions here. We got a question from the audience. I'm going to bring it up here. Brian asks, if we implement Victoria Altman's course, is that a good base for our own PBN, or better how Jasper Neeson approaches it?
Well, those are both cloud-based systems, and so they are PBNs, but they're not going to call them PBNs because they're building their own sites and linking from them. I think both of them. I haven't taken either one of them. Jesper has spoken at SEO Rockstars. I saw Victoria speak in Las Vegas in Digital Unfiltered. Yep. And it's pretty similar, but she doesn't use his system. She just, she sends links to those sites so they gain authority. And it's not the way I do it, but it's very valid. It's just not the way I do it.
All right, let's talk about the way you do it. Let's talk about like how we set up PBNs here. I mean, for someone that wants to start considering starting their own PBN, their own link network, I mean, what are just like the initial steps you would take?
Well, you first have to buy an expired domain, and why you buy an expired domain is because they already have links coming into them. So you want to get a domain that has, you know, some power behind it. The cloud system, because they're put on sites that have high DRs, they think that they're getting a boost from the DR, but they're really not. It's the links that they're sending into them. So if you buy an expired domain, you skip that step. Although you may want to send more links to them, but you totally skip that step. They're already there. They are viable, ready to go. So that's the first thing. And then you want to make sure your registration is set up so it's not like any other PBN or any other website that you have. So, you know, fake, your mom, your sister, your brother, you know, whatever names, but the names, the phone numbers, emails, all that has to be different. And you can set up different profiles in GoDaddy, and I've done that for eons, and it's been fine. Because some people say, no, you got to have different registration, you know, registrars. It's not really true. Although if you want to be really, really safe, you know, buy them on different registrars. Go for it. And then the next thing is get hosting. Hosting has to be, again, you're trying to hide it so it doesn't look like you own them. So you get hosts on different C block IPs. And if you don't know what that is, an IP, of course, is those, you know, 4 sets of numbers separated by a dot. The C class is the third one. And the third one has to be different. That number has to be different from the next site down, because servers will buy IPs in sets of, I think it's 250, maybe 56.
56.
My memory. Yeah. So, and that number is going to be the same. So if you're on a server that has all of the same, they're going to know, okay, that's on the same server, probably the same owner. Ding, ding, ding. Now, I have no proof that will destroy your PBN network, but it's all about the idea of keeping it separate from your identity. So that's always been really, really important. And then you just post on it. A lot of people use WordPress because it's very, very easy. WordPress spreads around the link juice inside it naturally. HTML doesn't, although I like HTML a lot because it keeps the link juice on that page. It just depends on what your method is. But you know, you just post to it. And if you want to take care of it, and I think that goes into your next section here, is, you know, you can get more links to it, get some traffic to it. CTBot is a good way to do that. Or, you know, the places you can go buy people. Actually, some of them don't. I used to go to Mechanical Turk, but they don't let you do that anymore. Anyway, you know, 25 cents a click, 10 cents a click, or whatever. That, and also ranking it for something, even the longest tail keyword that you can think of, that helps too. I mean, all that will keep, because it looks like it's a natural site.
Yep. Love that. Great tips there. So let's take it back to the domains portion. So how do you find the right domain? I mean, you can find an expired domain. I mean, can you just buy like, you know, any expired domain, or is there any kind of criteria that you're actually looking for, or, you know, within the expired domain?
Yeah, certainly. Everybody has their own criteria. And people will tell you a lot of different things. I have found that TrustFlow works the best, and you're looking for TrustFlow for the URL, not the root. And don't pay attention to DR or DA. They don't calculate the same. It's TrustFlow. We've tested this in the SIA. So I look for TrustFlow 20 or plus for me to buy it. I don't care how many backlinks it has. I don't care how many referring domains it has. Sure, I love it if it has a lot of referring domains, but because that means the chance of it keeping that TrustFlow of 20 is going to be longer. If it only has one referring domain, if I lose that link, it loses the power. It's not the number of referring domains that's giving it power, you know, the link juice. Back in the day when we had PR, you know, PageRank, we could get a PR 6 site if we just had one link from a PR 7. And that's what taught me that it really isn't the, you know, that's why I don't pay attention to reputation flow either, because it's not about that. It's about the trust flow is it. So in any case, that's what I do. That's what I look for. And, there's a lot of spam filters that people can use, and people even call me out on it. Well, it has, all these spam things. And it's like, yeah, that one says has the domain's too long, or it has this on it or that. And I've recognized that it just doesn't really matter. It's just people selling you shit, selling you what they think is right. I don't know. I've just been in it so long that I know that what to stay away from and what not to stay away from. And I haven't found too many things to stay away from.
Love that. Now let's get into about the hosting a little bit. I mean, with the hosting, I know there's some, like, if you search, you can see PB hosting out there. I mean, do you recommend like these specialized PBN hosting, or do you recommend just like going out and just doing your own hosting, get maybe cheap hosting everywhere, or?
No, that's another administrative nightmare. I've done it. I've gone through it. It's painful. I just go to a PBN hosting. Okay. I use PBN hosting. PBN.hosting. I like them a lot.
PBN.hosting. Be sure to check that one out. Okay, so I want to go into some of the, I mean, I know he talked about, like, it's kind of a nightmare to manage. I mean, I can't imagine how you manage 20,000 sites. And I'm curious, like how do you maintain and manage this? Can you kind of like, once a PBN is set up, I mean, what's going on in the maintenance of to keep these, like updated?
Well, okay. To do updates on them, I use main WP. And that's just my choice. And so that can update a plugin or something across all of them. And that's been really helpful. But for posting and things like that, we have a system that manages all that. And I can set up links. I can the dates to them. I can set up the percentages I want to go out, because we call that DCL campaigns, dynamically linked campaign controlled, dynamically linked controlled. I have a patent on that, so nobody else can do that. You can take somebody else's link profile and stick it right in there, and it'll go off and do it. So there's there's management tools where it makes it easier, like to manage posting. SEO Nitro manage posting, even if you don't use our sites. I haven't like really marketed that ability yet, or because I mostly just sell links. But we do have that ability to let people come in and just manage their own thing, and I probably will, and it won't be expensive. In fact, if anybody out there, just contack me and we'll get you in there.
Love that, guys. Be sure to contact Dori and we'll get her information later on. Let's take a break again real quick and cop onto our audience. We have another question here from the audience from Monkey Fam Tree Felon. Are PBNs good on their own, or still need the other backlinks and CTR? Also, what is a safe number of PBNs to hit your site with in a month? Or PBNs work better being in a fourth tier? There's a bunch there.
That was a lot of questions. Give me the first one first.
Are PBNs good on their own, or do we still need other backlinks and CTR?
They are good on their own. If you buy an expired domain, if you're using the cloud stuff, you need to get links to them. But yeah, good on their own. And it's always good to backlink to the links that you're setting up.
Yep. What is the safe number of PBNs to hit your site with in a month?
That would depend on your network. I mean, your market and your keyword that you're going after, your competition. So you want to do some research on that, see how many links they're coming in. And we have not been able to overlink anything in the SIA. We're testing that, trying to testing it. Every time we blast links to something, it just raises to the top of the search engines.
Love that.
So,
and
go figure.
And then
so this dripping shit.
Yeah.
I don't do the I just blast. That's me.
That's actually good to know.
Tolerance.
Yeah, I've been a tier type of person, like a drip type of person. But hey, I mean, if it
most
works,
people are, and that's why they think, oh my God, it's not working. It's so slow. Just get them out there. I mean, when you do a press release, it's all up, and it takes a while for Google to find them.
Got it. And then the last question by Monkey Fam Tree Felon is PBNs work better being in the 4th tier? Like I would actually think.
Well, me, I have a high risk tolerance. I link them right to my site, my
so
money
the first
site.
tier. They're the first tiers.
Yeah, I do. Especially if they're yours. I mean, why not? That's what you're creating them for. But if you were in my network, a lot of people will use them as tier 2s to hit one of their pages, a buffer that goes to their site. But they also, most people will go straight to their site too. The 4th tier thing, I don't know why you thought the 4th tier is way far away.
Yeah, that is pretty far. I mean, if you're gonna create them and buy them, and that wouldn't be worth it, right? I mean, that's just. But
then again, it's about your risk tolerance, and 4th tier is going to take 4 months for you to even notice if the link works or not. For every tier you go down, it takes about a month for it to adjust in the search.
Got that. Nice little nugget there. Okay, we got some questions here from Skylar. Skylar Samuels asked 2 questions about the Nitro links. Use them
Skylar Samuels. Is that Terry Samuel and Elizabeth Samuels?
Yeah.
Hi, Skylar.
Yeah, use them every month. Do you index the domains used on that network?
Do I personally index my SEO Nitro sites?
Yeah.
I do not. I mean, they're indexed when I buy them. I do not send them through any indexer.
Okay.
I should, and I don't at this point. They've always they get picked up, or the customers are usually linking to them as well.
Got it. And the next question from Skylar is, do you block third-party crawlers like Ahrefs?
Oh, hell yes. Oh my God, yes. I'm sorry. That's another thing that you need to do.
Oh, tell us more about this. What block crawlers?
When you're building your site, block everybody but Google.
Oh.
So they don't crawl your site. So like anybody linking out from SEO Nitro their links are not going to show up in Majestic or Ahrefs because we block their crawlers. You don't want your competition to see them and then turn them in. So yeah, there's all kind. Just Google. You can get a list of the bots out there that you need to block, but it's only Google that you want, and Bing. Of course, anything that you want to be crawled by. But yeah. Forgot about that one. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you, Skylar, for your questions. If you guys got more questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chat, and I will address them in the order that they received. So I want to talk about content quality. This is something kind of like what is kind of brought up with PBNs. I think that's what kind of gave PBNs a bad name back in the days, because they were just like pretty much what they would call splogs, right? They would just like be a lot of blogs, or just a lot of spam. I mean, like your network today. I mean, how does the content look like on these blogs?
Actually, everybody does a really good job with their content. I'm surprised. It's not like back in the day where they were just doing all that crap. But sometimes they get just way too long. I had found a 16,000 word article posted in the network, and I'm like, oh my God, and then his links at the bottom. And what that was doing too was causing problems for other people who are posting on it, because you're on the homepage and you've got all this content. Google does have a crawl budget, so you don't. So we limited it to 1,000 words per article. I don't really care what the content is. I mean, I don't want gibberish. I don't, of course, no crappy stuff, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be, stuff from ChatGPT. I mean, there are some on-page aspects to what you want to do when you place a link anywhere, and I'd love to go into that. But besides those things, it doesn't really matter. I mean, that might be another one of the controversies out there.
Yeah.
It's just they're all crap and stuff. And they used to be. They've become a lot better.
Jordan had a comment here. Most people are saying PBNs are bad, have never built one or used them. They just read some random article.
That's exactly right. It's the echo chamber, of everybody. And it's like, why everybody listen to Google? And we'd be like, don't listen to Google. They're not telling you what you need, to rank. They're telling you what they want you to do. And it just was all lies. And especially when we started doing the SIA and we found out all these things that were not cohesive to what Google said, or even Moz, or, other people saying. And it's like, what are these people thinking? Crazy. Myth busting. We love doing that.
Love that. So I want to actually you kind of mentioned this about linking strategies. I'm actually curious because you mentioned something that I didn't actually kind of understand, because you would say like when you get PBN links, they're from the homepage, right? Or like that's why you said like if someone has a 16,000 word article, it's hard to find. I mean, so is that what it is? Like the value of a PBN is like because you're getting a link from a homepage, or?
It is, and it's not. I mean, yes, it is. Homepage links tend to be a little bit better because when you buy an expired domain, people are linking to the root, to the homepage. And so you're getting a lot of juice when it's on the homepage. When it rolls off, then that's something that you have to take care of. Now, this is on WordPress. HTML doesn't have that. So, but we don't post on HTML in our networks. But I like HTML because you can keep you can direct the link juice more easily than you can with WordPress, because WordPress has a lot of different query links and crap in there. So it's nice that it spreads it around. So even if you are on an inner page, you are still getting some link juice from all that, but it's not like the homepage.
Love that. Okay, let's kind of talk about like linking strategies when it comes to a PBN to ensure like the maximum SEO benefit of not to get like penalized or anything like that. I'm curious, like, what is your take on like how your linking structure? I mean, you kind of talked about this also at Digital Unfiltered, like your internal linking of how you like kind of link internal links certain things. Can we kind of talk about a little bit about internal linking and kind of linking strategies using PBNs?
Internal linking is something that I do want to talk about, but I guess I'm not going to get into it too much here. But yeah, on your PBNs, you would like to, to pass that link juice around, internal link with those. Linking strategies as far as linking out from the PBN. You can use multiple keywords going to the same site. That's a big controversy. People think you can't. They will all count. Just don't use the same anchor text. That will only count once. So if you have all sites going to it's bananas.com or something, just make sure it's the banana URL or, something else. You can go to the same page with different anchor text, but not the same anchor text. That's one thing that's really important. Another link. Well, can I go into the on page of it then?
Yes.
I mean, linking strategy. Okay. Yeah. So when you are setting up your keyword, your post, you want to put your keyword in your title and in your URL, because that all that counts. It gives it authority. And then I don't care what the domain's about at all. People talk about this topical bullshit of the domain. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is the topical relevance around your link. So with that matters a lot. And you want to get as many keywords and entities, LSI and variants around that keyword, even if you have to hide it in a div or an accordion or something like that. Get it around there. That's going to give you a big boost. So that is what is important with content there. Your link placement is also important. You want to get to the higher spot. Google does have a crawl budget. We also did a test in this SIA where even where we tested some of that placement on whether the link was on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of a WordPress column, and the left side won because it was crawled first. So I don't really buy into the first link gets more juice, but it did kind of show that. I want to test that more, but link placement, I always put it in the first paragraph. Don't do the bullshit thing and put it in at the end of your article, because you're never going to know if Google's going to pick it up or not. Okay, another important thing is place your links in bullets or numbered lists. That works really well. That is another A tests that outshine the rest. Link to yourself. Make a link to that page. So that really works.
Link to yourself. Let's visit that. Like, so do you mean like having a link with contextual link within your blog post, linking back to the actual page it's on? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just saying, why? I mean, why? How does that work, or what?
It sends juice to it.
Oh, interesting.
It sends juice right back to it. It works. We've tested it.
Oh.
So, sometimes we just pick up random stuff and test. And that was one of them. And we've done multiple tests on that over the years. So, yeah, link to yourself.
Oh, that's a nice one. I'm definitely. So, we have a bunch of questions coming here in the live chat. I mean, we got one here from Nigel. Actually, I think you just answered this. He goes, "Hi, Dori. When you buy domains, what do you look at? Is majestic topical relevance a huge factor, or the content and anchor text?"
It's not for me.
It's not.
Nope. Now, if I was building my own network, say I have an automotive site and I get to pick and choose, of course I'm going to try to choose something in that kind of industry or something that made sense to link to them. Why not? But for me, in my experience, the domain does not matter. The topical relevance of the domain does not matter. It's the topical relevance of the page, and not even the page so much as that paragraph that's around that link.
Love that. And we got another one here from Monkey Fam Tree Felon. Do expired domains work better when used as the money site domain and being hit with other expired domains? Will the PBN compared to the new domains, thinking about the sandbox, etc.?
That is a great question. Ding, ding, ding.
Ooh.
Yes. Buy an expired domain for your money site. It has links coming into it. It's already has power instead of a new site. Absolutely. In fact, that was the number one thing on my, I had a 7-step SEO thing way back in the day. That was number one. Buy an expired domain for your money site.
Love that. We're coming close to the end here. We have, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chats. I need to kind of let's go down to a few, my last question from me at least. Are there any other resources and tools or communities you'd recommend for those looking to expand their knowledge on PBNs?
Matthew Woodward puts out a good course. I don't really hang out in the forums or anything like that. The SIA, you have Clint and I to talk to. That's about all I can recommend as the resources because there's
How do you see the role of PBNs changing? Or do you see it changing at all with the algorithms and all this stuff going on? Yeah.
As long as links are in favor, PBNs will be there, period. Now, any type of algorithm action that happens in the future, we don't know, we can't predict. Then, of course, like with anything, you just have to tell your SEO to that.
Love that. Okay, I want to go. Let's bring it back to SEO Rockstars, because SEO Rockstars was created because of your hits of your network. I mean, can you, for those that want to learn more about SEO Rockstars and what it's about, please tell us more about it.
Okay, SEO Rockstars is in Boston this year. It's our 12th one, and it's a small event, so it's very personal. I mean, you get to meet the speakers. Most of the people in there are people that have spoken before or whatever. It's a nice group of people. And it's October 26th to 29th this year, SEOrockstars.us. We're focusing on AI this year. I've never done a focus thing. Now, not everybody's going to be talking about AI, of course, but a lot of people will, because AI is really changing the SEO landscape. So it's going to be really, really cool. Yeah.
Love it. SEOrockstars.us. And we have one more question snuck in from the live audience from Ryan. Will links play much impact with the upcoming SGE, the search generative experience?
The what?
The SGE, the whole search generative experience, the whole new Google UI that's coming out.
You know what? I have not paid attention to that. I am in my own little world. I don't know.
All right, Ryan. Let's see here. Brian has one. How do we find Dori services if she offers any?
SEO Nitro is my link network. If you go to SEOshark.me, I'm working on some stuff. You can make an account and you can get on my email list that way. But it's a free interlinking type of thing. I've really been studying interlinking, and I spoke about that at Digital Unfiltered. Not on PBNs at all, just the power of interlinking to inside your site. I mean, where's the best place to get a link? Your site, your own site. Most of the top 10, 8 out of 10 in every industry that I checked, except for throwing axes, I don't know why, more link juice was coming from the sites, the ranking sites, inner pages than external links. And I sell external links, so that's no benefit to me of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I have created a program that examines anchor text in internal links, the link juice in internal links. And so now you can see what your anchor text ratios really are with your external links, including your internal links. And nobody has ever done this. And so and I don't know why. And I was thinking about this a couple of years ago, and I'm thinking, why hasn't anybody done this? So it took me this long to actually do it because nobody's done it. And so, yeah, go in there, check it out. I think you'll be amazed. It's still beta, of course. We're still programming it, and it's changing every day. But it's a cool little program where you can find, you put a page in and see what your anchor text ratios are coming into that page from your own site. And then we also give link suggestions too. You can put keywords into the page. And I know you're looking at the time. I'm just going on.
Love that. SEOshark.me. And this is the last question I ask all my SEO professionals to come on here. If someone wants to get into the SEO game, become an SEO professional themselves, what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be just to do it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you will. We all have. We still do. And don't, just find a mentor.
Love that. And for this episode to feel complete for you, the stage is yours. How can people get a hold of you? Any last words?
Well, I think I just talked about interlinking and stuff. Yeah. I didn't mention SEO Intel, which is my business where we test things. So you can, there's plenty of places to get on the list there. But mostly, I just want to go back over some of the on-page stuff. I didn't finish my list there.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. So another really big link thing that you can do is link from your blog roll to your inner page, the page that has the site. If you link from your blog roll on the home page to that inner page, gives you a huge boost. It's a site-wide link. So all that juice is going into that page that you have your link on the inner page. Use schema, and you can spin your anchors too. There's something called link echo, which means that a link will last for 6 months even after it's deleted. So you can change those anchor texts. This is something, we use it in SEO Nitro so people can get more links, more anchor text relevance with their one link. So that's, people can do it. I guess, if you control the domain, you can, just know you can change your links, and if other people let you do it too, that's also really great. And you can obviously use multiple links, and I think I talked about that with just don't do the same anchor text to the same page. And I just completed my list.
Love that, guys. Great little extra nuggets there. And if you guys watched, we have a special treat over here. We have Dori with a performance, and be sure to pay attention to about 1:10, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. All right.
1984.
right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, cause the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre DeVera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!